everyone, it's Sharana from Pair Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing Wandavision Episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. Alright guys, so we have a new setup for this week. Once again, I have definitely slept through my alarm all over again, so I'm trying to get better about getting you guys your reactions, your reviews to the weekly episodes for Wandavision. So this is the only way that I know how to do it. So let's go ahead and talk about this episode, because I know y'all mad this whole week, okay, for a whole actually 2-3 weeks. I've been hearing people talk about, okay, this engineer that Monica is talking about, it is going to be Reed, okay, it is going to be Blue Marvel. Yeah, it was neither one of them. I wonder how everyone is feeling about it. Please let me know in the comment section. For those of you who are live with me, why are you guys awake right now? I don't know why I'm awake myself, but I was like, I know everyone's going to be mad because they had all these predictions, all of these theories as to who it was going to be, and it was neither one of them. But let's get into this week's episode. So to me, it seems as though that they were doing a Modern Family episode, as we have reached into modern times, or current times rather, modern times, child, whatever. But Wanda is basically saying, look, I done been through a lot last week. You know, I had to save my husband yet again for trying to die, okay? I had to make sure that Raggedy Hayward couldn't get back to me, trying to kill me with a missile and stuff, okay? So she said, you know what? I had a reckless evening, so essentially, I'm going to have me a little staycation. But you can tell that her sons are very concerned about their mother. And I think it's really interesting, as we see later in the episode, when one of the sons, I believe it was Wiccan, I can't remember their names. Don't kill me. I'm bad with names in general. But when he was like telling Agnes, like, you're very quiet. You know, mommy's not quiet. He can feel that grief, that anger that is happening inside of his mother, no matter how she's trying to put on this front for her children to make it seem as though that she's okay. Thank you, Chase. Okay. Chase was like, girl, you're going to get these names right. It is Billy and Tommy. I am sorry. Okay. I didn't know. I did know, but I can't remember nobody's names. But so we see that her powers are being really wacky right now. So throughout the course of the entire episode, you know, we see, you know, when she goes to grab some milk, you know, it changes into different variations of milk. We see the curtains change, the TV change, the couch change. Her powers are very wacky. To me, it seems as though she's overused her powers from growing the hex big enough in order to save Vision, and also in order to put up bigger boundaries that Sword cannot enter the hex again. So it seems that because she overused her powers, that they're all out of whack at this point. You know, Wanda has not been aware of how powerful she is. And I think this goes back to, you know, in the previous, when we've seen her in the Avengers films, that you know, she has this power, but she's never been able to control it. So it's very interesting that we have the interest of Agatha, as we see in the episode, because Agatha in the comics was actually the one who helped Wanda be able to harness her powers and be able to actually control them. But we'll get into that a little bit later once we get into Agnes's reveal. But we see that the intro song is really cool, because I was like, so y'all just gonna leave Vision out? Like, Vision didn't have nothing to do with this. It was basically the Wanda show. So in this episode of Breaking the Fourth Wall, of where the audience is actually aware of what is happening outside of the actual characters involved being aware, we see that now it says the show was created by Wanda. And then they bring in Vision at the end. I was like, I know y'all disrespectful. This man did not risk his life to save the entire universe, not once, but twice, for y'all to just put his name at the end like that. I was just like, you guys, what is actually happening? But we quickly find out where Vision is as he wakes up where he left off in episode 6, where he wakes up outside of the Sword headquarters, or Sword base, which is now a circus. And I was like, so you mean to tell me Darcy been sitting up here chained up this entire time? Like, how many hours has transpired since Vision almost died again for the 3rd time? I was really confused by it. But I love the confessionals in this episode. We see that Darcy was just like, yeah, I did not audition. I didn't want to be no escape artist, okay? I wanted to be the bearded lady. And I said, you know what, Darcy? If I had the choice, I would probably want to be the bearded lady as well. Don't ask me why. It's probably my attachment to the Greatest Showman soundtrack. But that's probably what I would have picked. So Darcy basically is still sitting at this truck. Vision looking at her like, girl. And she looking at him like, who are you? So basically, he ends up recharging Darcy's memory. I thought it was really funny because she felt like Vision was trying to come onto her, and I was like, sis, now you looking thick and all in that suit. Darcy was looking good in the suit, you guys. I know you have to admit it that she was definitely looking good. Oh, you know what? It was The Office. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. But it looked like, pause, because you saying it was definitely based off The Office because of the confessionals, but also too, it had the Modern Family look for the house. So give me my credit, Game Street. Give me my credit. But we see that, you know, Vision doesn't really remember what happened in the previous night. He's still having issues with his memories. But we see that Darcy, we cut back to Wanda, and she's having a conversation with the kids because they're really worried about her. She still got on her costume from the night before or the decade before, whatever is happening in Wanda's reality at this point. But thank you. Okay. See, you saw it. She was looking really thick in that suit. I was like, okay, I see you, boo. But they bring up their Uncle Pietro. And so, you know, Wanda is immediately like, hey, that is not your uncle. Okay. I don't know who he is. Because they were like, no, who is he? She's like, I don't know, but know that that ain't your uncle, because your uncle wouldn't have spoken to me in the way that he did. But I love how she brings up that the kids inherited tough skin because their dad is literally made from vibranium, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. I love all of the confessionals in this episode. I thought it was super cute. I love how they integrate these TV shows, but still be able to put comedy into a very serious matter that is happening. So Wanda said, you know what? I have earned my time. I have saved my husband, they daddy, for a third time in a row. I deserve a staycation. So essentially she has Agnes come over and take the kids. But I need to know the story on how Agnes bit someone. Can someone tell me that? Because she was like, I don't bite. And then in the confessional, she was like, no, but I actually did bite a child once. I was really confused by that. And I was like, Agnes, I need answers. I need the story behind how you almost bit a kid once. It makes more sense now because Agnes is actually Agatha, and Agatha was a nanny. She was a nanny to Franklin, you know, Sue's kid, and she was a nanny also to Wanda's twins for a brief moment of time before Agatha actually stole the kids, got rid of kids, but then it led to Agatha's death when Wanda found out. But that's a whole different story, and I'm going to get into that deeper towards the end. But we see that Agent Wu and Monica, because they've been on this journey for like 10 episodes trying to get to this engineer who has some type of equipment to deliver to Monica that she's been talking about. First, the engineer was a she, then the engineer was a he, and now the engineer is a she again. But as they are driving to go to this engineer that is not Blue Marvel, okay, or Reed, we see that basically Darcy was able to hack into the final firewall to uncover what Hayward was actually trying to hide. And so essentially there's a file called Cataract, which Hayward's Raggedy behind is essentially trying to bring Vision back online. And so that's why he's been tracking Vision so much. It hasn't necessarily been about finding Wanda. It has really been about eliminating Wanda in order for him to retrieve Vision's body now that Vision is back online, which, you know, is going against what Vision's wishes were, that he did not want to be brought back up online in the event that he actually had to die. So, yeah. So essentially they go and find the engineer, who is not anyone that anyone has been trying to theorize for the past 10 weeks. Lord, everybody talking about all of this. And I was sitting there, I was watching, I was like, so you mean to tell me all these people that had all these theories, they had all these hints, okay? All of these hints. And you mean to tell me that it ain't neither one of them? Monica been hyping up this person the whole time, and it's literally someone who decided that she was going to bring the car, the Sword car, which was a space rover, which I thought was going to be the car that they used to fly to the Sword headquarters that are out in space. I was like, okay, well, maybe they're going to give us something cute. And then I was just like, this it? This who y'all been hyping up the whole time? I said y'all could have showed her the first time that Monica mentioned her. What did we need all of this for? We were only going to get the Agatha reveal in the episode. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I was just like, yeah, stop it. And Tiffany was like, she hates that the engineer was a nobody too. I was just like, nah, y'all, I can't. Thank you, Megan, for supporting. Go watch the episode. So yeah, I see everyone still has the same confusion that I have. So yeah, that was disrespectful. Okay. So what was the point of all the buildup? Why did we drag this out for 3 episodes trying to figure out who in the heck this engineer was? I just felt like it was disrespectful. And maybe it was something that they wanted to do in order to keep everyone from the Agatha reveal. But it was like, baby, we knew it was Agatha the whole time. Like, what are y'all talking about? So I don't know what exactly is happening. Damage Media said that, you know, they hated it. So I was just like, okay, y'all. So it is whatever. But so we see that essentially, actually, do I want to go to that yet? No. I'm gonna go back to Vision. So Vision ends up bringing Darcy's mind back. And it was weird because Darcy didn't have the same reaction. You know how everybody was like, ooh, I felt her pain. I felt her grief. Ooh, ah. But Darcy was just like, oh, hey, what's up, Vision? Like, how you doing? And I was like, okay. I felt like I should have got a little bit more in that whole scene, but maybe because Darcy has been privy to everything that is happening, that she knew about the TV show, she knew about the control, maybe it wasn't the same effect on her, or maybe also too it's because Monica's powers were so bent out of shape that maybe she doesn't have as much control over everyone, you know, as everything else. I don't know, but I just felt like Darcy's little reaction when she came out of Wanda's control was just like blah. But Chase has a good point. Chase says that maybe Darcy wasn't in it as long as the others, which that's totally fine. But I was still like, y'all. Jay said, I did laugh when Darcy's like, no, I don't want to be an escape artist. Look at the skin. I mean, I felt that. I say, okay, Darcy was serving. I don't care what anybody say. Darcy was serving this episode. But we see that Wanda is in a confession, right? She's doing the confessional, and we see that the producer actually talks back to her. And so when the producer basically said, do you think this is what you deserve? I was like, yo, whoever just said that, they are not about to see the next minute, okay? Scarlett is about to take them out. I fear for their lives. Like, now that I know that it was Agatha Raggedy behind, but still, I was like, hold up. They talking back? I thought it was just Wanda who was controlling this entire reality. But even Wanda was like, hold up. Are y'all supposed to talk back? Like, who you talking back to? Tell me, who you talking back to? But I was scared for their lives, okay? But now that I know that it was Raggedy Agatha, she probably should have got the paws laid on her in the first place, because I know what you did with the kids, Agatha. But we get thrusted into our commercial for the episode, which I thought was very hilarious, very spot on. The only thing that I thought I was missing was, you remember the Dawson's Creek song, and it was some like pill commercial. It was like, I don't want to wait for us to be over. Y'all remember that? I'm just saying. Just let me know. All right. But we cut to the commercial break because they had to cut to a commercial because they knew that Wanda was going to get up in that, the bum. Okay. In case my parents are watching, I say I'm not going to curse no more. I'm trying hard. It's really hard. But we get into the commercial, which is an antidepressant called Nexus, because Wanda is essentially depressed. She is mourning the loss of her husband, who had to risk his life to save the entire universe. So when it says like this antidepressant will bring you back to reality or the reality of your choice, I said, y'all, come on now. And then when it says like the side effects is like feeling your feelings, confronting your truth, seizing your destiny, and possibly more depression. I was like, if that wasn't spot on, because when you watch the little commercials and then you listen to like what is supposed to help, and then you listen to the 15 million side effects that's probably going to be worse than what you were actually going through in the first place. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But then when they said, do not consult your doctor unless they cleared you to move on with your life, I said, who's ever writing these commercials, I have had it. But then it says the tagline was Nexus because the world doesn't revolve around you, or does it? It's clearly revolving around Wanda, but maybe it isn't, because Agatha is the one who is actually controlling what is happening. But I was like, I mean, can I get some Nexus so I can like choose the reality I want with my baby daddy Chris? Can I get some Nexus? I was just saying. But we had our commercial break in order to calm Wanda from snatching Agatha's wig from making that comment. But we go back to when we see the kids and they're like, hey, I like being over here because you're quiet. Everything inside of you is quiet, which kind of should have been the first like, hey, something ain't right with Agnes. We knew it wasn't right about Agnes, but Yes, it is what it is. So Monica in a whole spacesuit at this point. I said, okay, now y'all, why Monica got this whole spacesuit on? My baby didn't put on a whole spacesuit. They didn't got a whole space rover. Okay, they used to travel to the SOAR headquarters. She put a whole spacesuit on and was essentially like, I'm ready to go. And I was like, now sis, last time you just put your hand through it. And now you got to have a whole spacesuit just to get through. I was really confused because also too with the space rover, y'all clearly has stated that anything that goes into the hex is going to have is literal like makeup genetically changed. So I was really confused about this whole getup that she put on. And I was like, sis, you full of energy. I know you don't know that yet. And we get the reveal. But I was still confused the whole time. I don't know if y'all thought that it was, okay, so Tiffany, I wasn't, okay, so Tim was confused. Tiffany thought it was extra. Look, I was just like, y'all, this too much. You didn't need the whole spacesuit, sis. I mean, you look cute, sis, but you didn't need all of that. Y'all was doing the most with that whole outfit choice for that scene. But we see that she gets in the space rover. She's going through. She's like, I can make it. I can do it. Agent Wu looking like, now this was a dumb idea from the beginning, but the girl gonna do what she gonna do because Darcy's not here to continue to tell her how much of a terrible idea it is, as she just told her the last episode. But we see that she goes through. The hex says, girl, hell to the no. Spits it back out because it starts rewriting its material. Spits her out. They like, Monica, get out of the truck. Get out of the truck, Monica. And then she get out of the truck. But then she was like, I want to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and I want to run back through the hex. And Agent Wu knew as soon as he was looking, he was like, this girl finna be a Captain Save-A-Ho and try to go through this hex after we done told her Raggedy behind that going through the hex twice already, okay? It already changed who you were. I was confused. Agent Wu was confused. The engineer that really doesn't matter. I think her name was like Major Goodner. I'm not going to do her like that, okay? Because Monica hyped you up, so it must be a reason that Monica hyped you up. But you let a lot of people down once they realized who you were. But she goes through, okay? And so this is how she gets her powers. So I was like, yes. And then you see the voices like of her mama talking to her, Maria, and then Nick Fury Raggedy behind that came up in there. So I know Nick Fury, he just said, I gotta be in anything that's MCU, I gotta go ahead and get my check. Like, did he get a check for like speaking in his voice? I don't know, I'm just saying. But what I thought was so cool is when we kind of see like the different versions of her in the hex, but also too as we're hearing all of the different things that are happening, her coming to terms with her mother passing away, the blip happening. But what I loved is when they were essentially saying, what was it she said? She went into the hex and basically, dang, I done lost my place. Let me see, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me a moment because I don't have my glasses on. I can't read nothing because I wrote notes out. But when she said that when they gave her mom one of the toughest kids that she knew, and then she went through, I was like, y'all, this should have been a Nike commercial. Like, honestly, even though I love the depression commercial with the Nexus, I felt like this should have been a Nike commercial because as soon as she pushed through and then she started running, I was like, ah! I was here for this. I felt like it should have been a Nike commercial. The way that Monica started sprinting, her eyes turned blue. I was like, bitch, you getting your powers? I see you, sis. She got her powers on Black History Month, y'all. Remember that. Stay woke. But she gets her powers, and then she starts running like a Nike commercial. I was still confused because I was like, girl, so you wore this whole astronaut suit to then go into your regular suit to then just start busting off running like you in a track competition. I don't know what it is about Black women in television for the past year about when they get on screen and they start running, but just know, okay, she got moves, okay, because she was quick. She had the form too. She had her back straight. She was running. I was like, okay, I'm here for this. But we see that essentially Darcy ends up filling Vision in on what is happening. So they're on their little road trip. They just stole this car. Thank you, Eliza. They stole this truck, which, okay, you guys, let's talk about this for a moment because I was really annoyed by Vision this entire episode because Vision, so Darcy fills Vision in on everything that's happened. So he's kind of understanding like, hey, my wife may still be cray-cray, but she has a lot of reasons as to why she is cray-cray, okay? But can y'all riddle me this? Vision, You've been flying the last 2 episodes, okay? You've been flying, okay? Flying, you flew when you got bucket your wife. Actually, you've been flying the whole season because you was flying when she went into labor. You was flying when you got bucket your wife, and then you was flying when you was on this mission to figure out what was happening with the town because you was on your own Captain Save a Whole mission trying to save Westview as a whole. So y'all in this truck this whole time, and you mean to tell me that you didn't just think to fly you and Darcy to your house? So while you're sitting here in your confessionals talking about your wife, about why she doesn't want you to come home, she's putting all these obstacles in your way, which was funny to watch. But I was like, sir, so you wait till the end of the episode to decide that you're going to go and fly? I was confused. I don't know about you guys, but I was highly confused as to why it took him that long to figure out that, oh yeah, maybe because Wanda's stopping me, I need to go actually fly. So then I was just really confused. I was just disappointed in Vision with the entire episode because we could have did this at the beginning, but I guess like, exactly, game, flew the doctor to his house. So just, Tiffany, yes, Vision was acting slow this entire episode. Tyree, like, hey, I'm so confused. I'm confused on so many different levels, but yeah. So, and I definitely agree that they wasted time with Vision and Darcy, especially because nothing really came out of what they were doing. I thought they were a fun pairing. They had good, it was funny, but it was still just the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm just like, so you not gonna fly? So you got these powers? You ain't gonna use it? I was just confused. So, yes. So we see that Vision had his confessional because I was dying laughing at that because he was just like, bitch, you sitting up here trying to keep me from getting to this house because I'm going to get in that ass. That could be meant a lot of different ways. And I'm sorry that I just cursed and I said I wasn't going to try to curse. But that could be meant in different ways. Maybe now that you know that your wife has to kill you had to kill you once, but then had to watch you die. Maybe you was just like, hey, I got to just give my wife some love then, some TLC. I want to love you. Okay, I'm sorry. But maybe he felt like he needed to do that, or maybe he needed to go and apologize to his wife who was doing nothing but trying to save his raggedy behind. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was really disrespectful. Then he left Darcy there. I'm like, man, you can't take the whole truck to the house. Like, you this whole super being. Like, what is happening, Vision? I was really confused by all of this. But let me tell you what got me real confused, okay? So, Monica, you haven't had the best interactions with Wanda, okay? The first time Wanda blew your behind all through the entire town, through every house in the town. She blew you all the way through every house in the town throughout the hex, okay? Second, okay, when she had to come and let y'all raggedy behinds know, don't come into my town again. So you thought that the first thing that you was going to do while you're participating in your Nike commercial, okay, because she started running, she was doing a whole track thing. And so I was just confused because she runs into her house, okay? So you ran into her house. You didn't knock. You didn't knock on the door. You didn't ring no doorbell. You didn't say, hey, Wanda, it's me. Don't kill me, boo. But I'm finna come into your house. Wanda having a bad day. She had a headache. See, she was taking aspirin. So I was just really confused as to why she ran into her house like that. So I was confused. But so she goes into the house and then she's like, Wanda, girl, listen to me, girl. Don't kill me, girl. Listen to me, girl. Hayward raggedy. Okay, I'm not like Hayward. He trying to get Vision, boo. I'm here to warn you so we can work together. But of course, Wanda would react how all of us did. First trick, you came up in my house unannounced. I didn't invite you in. I didn't tell you to come in. You didn't knock. You didn't do anything. So you come into my house. So then she get drunk with her. She pushed her out. I thought she was going to push her all the way through the houses again, but she just pushed her out of the house. And then what confused me was when she had started glowing like she was finna blast her again, Monica got bucked, okay? Like she got bucked. You saw she stood up. She perked her chest out. And I was like, oh, you getting bucked? I was really confused. And so then she says, well, do it then. And I was like, Monica, baby, I know you just got your powers, but you sent up her egging her on talking about do again. Like she should have just told her to square up because that's what I felt like she was doing by asking her that. But we see that before it can get too crunk, because she had her up in the air, and I was shook. I was like, sis, see, I told you, don't be trying to antagonize Wanda. So then when she like Wanda eyes turned blue again, she was utilizing her energy, and then she did the little track. You know how they start off like, you know, when they about to go around track again, because we were in a Nike commercial with her the whole time. I was just like, girl, okay, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're feeling buck because you have your powers now, boo-boo. But I was like, don't do that again. Y'all need to stop trying Wanda, because she been trying to be patient with you guys, but you really pushing her at this point in time. So she was almost getting through to her like, sis, I know you're not evil, girl. You just trying to protect your kids, your husband. I get it, sis. I will be in the same position as you. I done had a hard life too, sis. But before that happened, the superhero landed. I mean, it was a superhero landing, but I'm still relating this back to track and Nike, because you know how Monica just randomly became a Nike commercial as soon as she stepped into the hex and got her powers. But we see that she's getting through to her, but then Agnes Raggedy behind comes and be like, sis, you're not gonna come up here and mess what I have going on, okay? I am a witch. You know how much work I've been doing trying to get her on my side? Sis, this is not for you. This is not for you, sis. So let me go ahead and take Wanda away. But you need to do what you need to do and get out of my business. But we see that that's when Vision ended up flying. Child, I'm tired of talking about them because they made me mad the whole entire episode. But we see that Wanda ends up going to Agnes's house. She sees the sandwiches for the kids. She sees the drinks. At first, I thought she didn't turn the kids into a damn bunny rabbit. But I was like, nah, she didn't turn the kids into a bunny rabbit. The bunny rabbit was already there. And so she was like, hey, Agnes, where's the kids? And Agnes like, oh, they're probably in the basement. And I was like, she was going into the basement. It was creepy as hell. And I was like, Wanda, everything is telling me don't do this. But then, like, you're powerful as hell, too. So I was just confused in the first place. But I was just like, what is happening? So essentially, she goes into the basement. We find out all of our assumptions are right. She is Agnes Agatha Harkness. But can we talk about how fire Agatha's theme song was? Because her theme song was fire as hell. It was fire. Y'all can't say that it wasn't fire. So she was behind all of the crazy things happening. She was behind Pietro showing back up. I mean, y'all, you have to admit that her theme song slapped. Her theme song slapped more than any other theme song in this entire season. It was really dope. And so we see she was basically like, boo-boo, you thought you was the only witch in town? You thought you was the only one who had power, sis? And then we see that Scarlett's eyes turn purple, which is kind of Agatha's color. So yeah, her theme song was super dope. I want to watch it 15 million times. Everyone that's saying that the kids are fake, the kids are the manifestation of Wanda. So they actually are real. Her kids actually are a part of the Young Avengers. So they're not fake, but I don't know if this is going to follow some of the same storylines in the comics. So essentially Agatha she's a witch. She's old as hell. Okay. She's part of Salem witch trial. She done sold out the witches during that time. She's shady. She really shady. She's someone that is not to be trusted, but she was actually a nanny for Sue and Reed, their kid Franklin. She worked with the Fantastic Four. She kind of betrayed the Fantastic Four. Then she ended up being a nanny for Wanda's children. And then she ended up actually stealing Wanda's children and kind of making Wanda forget about her kids as a whole, which kind of is tying into how she saw the kids, food, remembered the kids, but then went into the basement. So I don't know if she's going to take her memory, but she was actually someone who helped. She became Wanda's teacher. She helped Wanda learn how to control her powers, how to properly use her powers. However, when Wanda found out that what she did to her children, she actually ended up killing Agatha in the comics. I don't know what's going to happen. Also, too, Agatha has a connection with Wanda's mother. Her mother died to bring Agatha Raggedy Behind back to life. And also to now, if you guys are up to date with current comics, she's working with the Daughters of Liberty with Shuri now in the comics as well. So there's a lot of history that is happening with Agatha and Wanda. I don't know what direction they're necessarily going to go into, but I like where we are headed. But yes, so I guess we're catching up to current time. So we actually had a post-credit scene where we see that Monica is still on her Nike commercial. She goes and finds the basement, the outside door to the basement of Agnes's house. She opens it up, sees the creepy basement, but then Pietro pops up. And so we don't know what the heck is going to happen. But you guys, I like where this episode went. I do feel as though it's weird because episode 5 was just so like, and then episode 6 was kind of like, it was like, okay, like it was still kind of good. But like this episode, I love the reveal with Agatha, but I guess that wasn't, Agatha does have a lot of history. And just like Jackson is saying, like Agatha is not a small character whatsoever. Like, believe that. If you haven't read up on Agatha and her powers, she can do spell casting, telepathy, astral projection. Like, she can do a lot of stuff. But I still don't know how I feel if this is episode 7 and we only have 2 episodes left. I don't know what's necessarily going to happen. And I really want to know what you guys think about this. That concludes this review portion of this video. Now, if you guys have any questions, without Agatha's theme song and then the Nexus commercial, that was really strong for me. But I was just kind of like, y'all kind of losing me here. But I don't know. Yes. Yeah, post-scene credit. Did y'all not watch through the 7-minute credits? Y'all might as well just let it play. It had a post-scene credit. So if you guys didn't know, it has a post-scene credit. Go back and watch it. Okay, I know the credit's like 10 hours long, but it was actually a scene afterwards where Pietro basically snatched her up, like Jamira said. So, I don't know. Chase thinks that episode 9 will be Agatha's backstory, which I'm okay with. But, we still have to introduce Doctor Strange, don't we? Because when we were in Hall H at Comic-Con, they said that Monica's character is being introduced in WandaVision, but her character is going to go to the new Doctor Strange movie. So I'm really confused as to what is actually happening. So I don't know. And yeah, I think we're only supposed to get an hour-long episode with episode 8 and 9. I was kind of shocked when I saw that it was only this 30 minutes, just like all of the other episodes. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I don't know. The ending was strong for this episode, but yeah. Thank you, Tiffany. I went to sleep in my makeup because y'all know if I had to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, I was not putting on no makeup. So I said, Lord, I'm going to put this makeup on. Just let it stay on as much as it can while I sleep. And here we are. So thank you. And I thought that actually Wanda's kids were made with fragments of Mephisto. So that's why I didn't understand why everybody was like, oh, Mephisto is coming because her kids are made up of fragments. I don't know, child. That's up to everybody else. But yeah. So let's see what else. This is true. Like, I don't really know who else you can introduce in these 2 hours. Like, unless it's an already established character that you don't need to flesh out. So, I don't know. He didn't touch her, but she finna get snatched up. Like, that was basically, I'm finna snatch you up. I don't know if Reed coming, y'all. I don't think so. Technically, this is after the fact. So, I don't think Reed's gonna show up, but yeah. So, you thought the episode felt short? Yeah, I didn't hate the episode. I just felt like if this is episode 7 and we only have 2 episodes left, it just wasn't enough for me. This is me. I do agree that episode 8 is probably going to be a backstory as to how Agnes or Agatha was, how she's a part of this overall story. So I do feel as though that we are gearing up to have Scarlet Witch become a villain, which she has been a villain in the comics. So I think we are gearing her up to be that villain. Everyone's been speculating that she will be the villain in Doctor Strange, in the new Doctor Strange film. So I'm not sure, but Chris, at this point, you bet not. You didn't watch all 7 of these episodes. You only have 2 episodes left. So we're gonna do this together, Chris. Okay, you gonna watch, I'm gonna watch, and we're gonna talk about it. And we have faith. I'm gonna manifest this right now that these last 2 episodes they're gonna come with that sauce because the mid-season episode I was just like, now that's an episode, honey. That is reveals. Okay, that is plot twist. That is drama. That is what I needed. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Nightmare is the villain in Doctor Strange? Oh, okay. I did get emotional. And I'm still telling Nike, y'all might want to make that a Nike commercial. I'm just saying. Because it felt like a Nike commercial. I don't know. Ralph been gone the whole last couple of episodes, y'all. So I don't know what the heck is happening with Ralph. Maybe Ralph did. I mean, because when's the last time y'all saw him? What if Doctor Strange shows up at the end? I mean, Doctor Strange can. I just don't. I mean, do you feel like it's going to be that big of a, like, oh my God, it's Doctor Strange? Like, do you guys really feel like it's going to be like that? Because it's Doctor Strange. Okay. I don't feel like it's going to be that big of a deal. Oh, so you think that that's who Ralph is? Okay. Oh, Ralph is the bunny? Okay. What do you mean, who is the witness? Chris, you can't give up. You got 2 episodes left, boo. Come on now. So I don't know, y'all. I've learned that I don't necessarily speculate. I don't come up with theories because it's just a waste of time. Y'all did all this theorizing, talking about who this engineer was going to be, okay? All these deep dives. People like, so do you think it's going to be Reed? Do you think it's Blue Marvel? I'm like, y'all, I honestly don't know. I just watch the episode every single week because I've just learned that you get excited. You get excited about stuff. And then it just never pans out the way that you want it to pan out. But, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, y'all can keep up with your theories. So Asian will mention a witness, and you guys think that Evan Peters is a witness, but he did. The witness is who Wu is looking for. Okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know. You think the engineer is a Skrull? But she called her a she the episode before, so I was really confused. Why would they have a Reebok? Why not Nike? How did Nike mess that up? So disappointed. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen, but we shall see. But I'm not coming up with any theories or anything like that. But I mean, it was a decent episode. I was just a little bit underwhelmed, but Agatha's theme song slaps hard, so I'm here for that. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss? I know everyone's talking about in the comment section that Pietro's hair changed color, so I don't know. So I mean, we'll see. Dottie was important, and you saw Dottie in she was actually in the scene when she was about to get crunk with Monica. So I don't know. Yes, there is an after credit scene in the episode. That's why we're talking about our theories with they talking about Pietro's hair was a different color. And I'm just like, I'm just going to wait for people to let us know next week what the heck has actually happened. Just like Jackson says, Marvel does do fake outs. Remember what happened in Endgame? They definitely did a fake out. So, yeah. So, I don't know. So, you saying the witness is a plot device for Agatha is the GOAT. You're correct. Night Kelly. Yeah, Rebecca, we're invested. We're 7 episodes deep. You only got 2 more, so we can do this. So, I mean, it is what it is. So you're saying that the figures in Agatha's brooch was her, Dottie, and Ralph? Okay, I'm going to have to go back and rewind and watch that. Okay. So do you guys, quick thoughts before I wrap it up, because I do have to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like I only have 3 hours to sleep. Do you guys like this format? Do you like this better? It works better for me because if it's up to me recording and editing a video, I'm going to fall asleep while that's happening. I'm going to get caught up with work. Can you guys let me know if you want to do something like this again for the last 2 episodes? Because I can definitely do that for you guys. I might be a little late because, like, you know, I never seem to hear my alarm clock every Friday. So Okay, so you guys do love this. Okay, great. Because I love it too, sweetie, because I don't have to do anything else. I just show up and we talk. So yeah. So I'll do this for the next 2 weeks. And I guess I can do it for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even though I really do it. I do love my sleep, you guys, but it's okay. I will do that for you. But yeah. So I'll be safe when going to work, chat. I'm just waking up and going to, it's 5 o'clock. Chat, I gotta be working 2 hours. No, I'm just going to work in my living room. I'm still working from home. But yeah, like this was fun, you guys. I like actually having people to talk to. So yeah, of course I'm going to do Loki. That's actually my most anticipated show because the Loki trailer looked really good. So yes. So I don't know. Thank you. You like my Christmas PJs. Okay, I wear them year round. But I'm excited to see what happens with these last 2 episodes. I mean, they have to give us something big. They're hour-long episodes. And I don't want them to be hour-long episodes with this filler like we had with Darcy and Vision in this episode. I do hope that if we're getting hour-long episodes, that they're very meaty hour-long episodes. So I really hope that, you know, this works out and that they do right by us. I do feel like I'm a little underwhelmed because I was underwhelmed last week and going into this week. So yeah, I mean, those are pretty much my thoughts, you know, on WandaVision episode 7, breaking the fourth wall. So we finally are understanding what is actually happening here. I'm assuming we will no longer be in the television show for these last 2 episodes. So yeah, I do think that Agatha is working for someone else. And I do hope that these are hour-long episodes because we deserve, especially after these last 2 filler episodes. So yeah, what's my job? I'm a technical account manager for a real estate software company. So yeah. No, yes, they had to build up. And I think that, yeah, I gave them credit for that the first 5 episodes. But we're episode 7 and there's only 2 more episodes. So we should really be like building up for these last 3 episodes. I just thought that it was going to be a little bit more. So I don't know. So they're saying, what if Evan Peters is Ralph? I don't know. I like that theory. But like I said, I ain't about to, because they would have you going down this whole rabbit hole and then it's going to be the total opposite of what you were thinking in the first place. Hey, boo. So I don't know. But I do know I got to take my raggedy behind the bed. So I will chat with you guys next week for episode 8 of WandaVision. But those are pretty much my thoughts on the episode. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay Your Weight. If you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell and hit that like button too, y'all. Stop playing. But I will see you guys soon. I love you guys 3,000. I love you guys so much. And thank you for being up with me to chat with me about this episode. But I gotta go to bed. And I will see you soon. And yes, good night, everyone. I love you guys. I hope you have a great Friday. Protect your peace. Okay, don't let nobody steal your joy. Bye, everyone.